warm up. So we need to get the equation first, don't we, guys? Right? So what am I going to write? Whoa. What's my first term? Come on. My first term is what? 6. What's my common difference? That just happened to be the same. Okay, that's not true all the time, obviously. Okay, we should be able to plug in and get it. We need to get the equation. A sub n equals, what's my first term? 6 plus n minus 1 times 6. Distribute that 6 for me. What do I got? Go ahead, Zach.
6n.
I got 6 plus this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 6n.
And minus 6.
Yes, sir. Now, this just happened with a 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So here's my equation right here. Numbers just happen to cancel out. There's my equation. So, Alexis, what term am I finding? No, honey, what term are we asked to find up there? Well, the 30th term, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm plugging 30 in here. So, what am I going to do? Basically 6 times what, Alexis? Yep. You should be able to do that without a calculator. 6 times 3 out of 0. What do you got, Aaliyah?
18, but then 180. 6 times 3 is
Yeah, I need you to build a clock. Just give me 180. Well, 6 times 3 is 18. Then we want to add a 0. 18 out of 0. Hang on. 180. I'm just kidding. Those kids, nothing to see over here. Dang. What are they, 8th graders? Bunch of 8th graders. That could have been you guys last year.
Who was it?
Oh, guys. Sorry, you guys grew up so fast. All right. You sons of thunder. Try that one. Get the 30th term for that one. Get the equation first. See what you get. What's my difference, Corbino?
3.
Close. I got 3. You were close. We need to get the equation. So, Ethan, what am I going to plug in? A sub n equals what?
I don't really know.
Well, what's the first term? Oh, you weren't here yesterday. Evan, help him out. Oh, you got me. What? Yep, first term plus what? Mary, that was awesome. I just feel just so silly. Go ahead. I did the joke.
And
Parentheses, right? N minus 1. And what's my ratio? Their difference? 3. Okay. Figure it out. And smart mouth Mary's going to tell us what the equation is, since she has all the cute answers.
At least it was right.
Am I talking to you?
You heard the joke today.
No. Mary, distribute the 3 for me.
3n and
Okay, what do I write? -9.
plus 3n minus 3.
Okay, combine the like terms. What do you got?
I've got AN equals 3n
A sub n.
equals 3n minus 12.
Good. What term we finding, Luca?
230.
Okay, 30th term, right? Let's plug in, guys. So you're going to go 30 times 3. I'd almost say that's a no calculator. No calculator. Right? No. You should go do that in your head. What's 3 times 3 then? Add a 0. Minus 12. Go 90 minus 10, which is what? Oh, we're subtracting 12, so go 2 more. 78. 30th term, guys, would be 78 in this arithmetic sequence. All right, check your homework. Check your homework. Should have been pretty easy. Are you telling jokes?
No.
You what? She's telling jokes.
I would like to be told a joke.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
Did you hear about the dog's new outfit?
No. What about
It was quite fetching.
It's pretty funny.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is because dogs.
I don't get it.
Okay. 29.
Did you guys hear about the, did I tell you this one about the concert cost 45 cents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you that one?
Yeah.
Classic, man.
That was Mr. Westfall that told us that actually.
Did he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And you heard
Oh,
it.
that's right. Okay.
I don't think I told my mom to do it.
50 cent and Nickelback. So it's 50 cents minus a nickel would be 45 cents. 50 cent and Nickelback are two groups.
Yeah, but like what is 45?
45 cents it costs to get in the concert.
Yeah.
That's the name of their two groups. 50 cents, Nickelback. You get a Nickelback. So if I give you 50 cents and you give me a Nickelback, it would have cost me 45 cents. Oh my. Somebody talk to her later. Sit down with her at lunchtime where you guys can have a long chat.
Because it's Thursday. If you don't have LFP, you can have an hour long. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's Thursday.
If there's not. If you
Jeez,
don't have
Mary.
I can't hear very well with my left ear. She happens to be on this side. So you know
Hello.
Very good.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
what? Yeah.
Yeah. On the line.
All right, guys.
So rude.
Are you guys okay on that? Common difference is 13. Wants the next, 3? You guys okay on the first 2? Any questions on that? All right, now, 3 through 6, it gives us, it just has to find a common difference. It tells you the arithmetic. You don't have to figure that out. What's my common difference for 3? No, number 3. It's 5. Well, that's funny. Samara, what was 4? Yeah, negative 25. What was 5? Negative 1/3, and then what do we have here? Negative 1.5. Okay. Okay, now we had to kind of put it together. We had to get the common difference, and then write the next three terms. We had to do 7, 9, and 11 here, right? Any questions here? 7, 9, and 11. We went up by 3, right? So what's the next ones? 31, 34, 37. What did we do in 9? Went up by 5. So what do we got? 36, 41, 46. What do we do in 3? Down a 0.3, negative 0.3. So we got negative, what was that, 0.1, and then negative point what? Negative 0.2, negative 0.5. And negative 2/10, negative 5/10 for you avid math lovers. Okay, I kind of went over these. These are like the bell work. 31 just had to be what? My A1, you're going to use 0.5 too. Might a little easier to work with. What was my common difference? 1/2 or 0.5 again. Okay. What was the 10th term in that one? Did everybody get that? Was it 5 or 10?
5.
Was it 5? Okay. Yeah, that's the 4th term. Yeah, think about it. The 5th term would be 2.5, right? Or 2.5. That'd be halfway there. Just double that, kind of. And we'd get it 10. Or 5, excuse me, 5. Is everybody okay on those? Yes? All right. Matt, you want to collect those, please? Pass them over to Matt, guys. The orange papers.
No, you got Wednesday.
Oh. What kind of, Joe? You guys want to pass those out, please? Nah, my little pilgrim friends. We're doing the same thing, but instead of having common differences, we're going to have common ratios, which means we're going to be multiplying. All right? Multiplying. We good? Thanks, Joe. Thank you. Sabrina. Write yourself a note. Guidance on. All right. Guys, instead of arithmetic sequences, these are called geometric sequences. Again, we're going to be figure out what we have to multiply by. Okay? So that's what we're doing. Now, if you can't figure it out, now let's use some common sense here. We're going this way, right? Am I getting bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Okay, so you have to be multiplying by a number that's less than what? If you get smaller when you multiply, it's number less than, not 0.
10.
No. Has to be less than 1. Because think about something, guys. If you multiply by 1, doesn't it stay the same?
Yeah.
If you multiply by a number bigger than 1, number's going to get bigger. If you multiply by a number smaller than 1, like a decimal or a fraction that's less than 1, it's going to get smaller. In this case, it's getting smaller. Now, I can't look at that and say, well, what am I multiplying by? So here's how you figure it out. I'll write this up there. I think it's up there. We want to work this way, and we want to divide. Since we're going the other way, so divide. So go 32 divided by 80. And then we want to check it and make sure it's right. Go 80 divided by 200. So divide those out, both of them. Get your calculators out. You need them today, Matt. Get a calculator out. How do you go through math without a calculator?
I know.
I don't know either.
Long division.
It's unreal. We're at the end of January and you don't have a calculator.
Alright. I keep telling my mom, but she won't buy one.
Okay. Zach, what'd you get?
0.4.
0.4. Is there now? Want to make sure it's true in both situations, right? Everybody get 0.4. Okay, so that's going to be our common ratio, and it's going to be, instead of yesterday it was the common difference, common ratio. Just write that there. What's this? A bungee? You guys have all seen somebody bungee jumping, right? After every time you bounce, what's going to happen? You're not going to go as much, recoil as much, right? And that's what's happening here. What would the fourth bounce be? What would the fourth bounce be? What am I going to multiply 32 by? 0.4. 12.8 feet. Okay. All right, my friends. Yeah. Now, sometimes it's easy to see what you're multiplying by. You don't have to divide. What am I multiplying by going by this way? By 4? Okay, so get the next 3 terms. Go ahead. The next 3 terms. Okay, next 3 terms. Now, guys, this is common sense. I know it. Obviously, our common ratio is 4, so the number's obviously going to get bigger, and you can see that by here. What'd you get, Logan? What's my next number? 256. What's the next number? Makana, what's the next number?
1,024.
1,024.
Yeah.
And then what's the last number? What'd you get on that one? Go ahead, Zach.
4,096.
Okay, good. Okay, now this one. Okay, is it the numbers increasing or decreasing? You're getting smaller, right? So we have to be multiplying by a number that's what?
Smaller than
Not yet. Hang on to that negative thought. Smaller than 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. And since we have fractions, we want to find in a fraction. Now, Sabrina said something interesting. The 9, and then it skips to the 1, and then the negative 1/9. Every other number is negative. So what's that mean? We have to multiply by a negative number. Think about something, guys. If I start with a negative, what's a negative multiplied by a negative? What's a positive multiplied by a negative? Okay. So, does anybody have any ideas how we can figure it out, what my common ratio is? Anybody have any thoughts? Logan, you kind of put your pinky up and stopped. I saw it. You went like this. Zach, you had a thought?
3 divided by -9.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with the fractions right now. Well, it tells you it's a sequence, right? So, guys, why can't we just start right here and do this? -1 divided by 3. There it is right there. 3 divided by -9. Working this way and divide. Working this way. Good. Guys, there's your common ratio right here. Tells us right there. I would not mess with this if I have whole numbers. And then wouldn't this reduce to negative 1/3? There's my common ratio, negative 1/3. Okay, now, guys, all right, and what's the next three, right? Okay, hang on, I shouldn't have wrote that. Let's use some sense here. You can use the ABC button, and don't put a decimal if we got fractions. Don't do that. Guys, do you have to mess with the numerator? No. Guys, you know it's going to be this. Right? Whoops. Don't mess with your numerator. All we got to do is multiply what? -9 by what? -3. What's -9 times -3, guys? And that's a fraction. 1/27th is my next number. Right? Getting smaller. What's 27 times -3? Whoa, I didn't hear you.
-1/81. Or negative.
-1 81st. And then what's -81 times -3? 200 what?
43.
So 243. Good. Good. That was a tough one. Guys, you had this on your notes, I think. And you, Sabrina saw it. I'm sure she wasn't the only one. Guys, if the numbers go alternate between positive, negative, or negative, positive, you know the common ratio is negative. So I'm put a little star by that. What would the common ratio be here? They say -2. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yes. Again, just like we did Tuesday or Wednesday, each number in the sequence has a position. The first term's a sub 1. Second one's a sub 2. Okay, it's the same thing we did to Wednesday. Same thing. Supposed to be really cold this weekend. Really cold.
Ready for summer.
I like winter. I'm glad we got some snow.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 2 snow days out of the winter and 1 out of cold. That's nice.
Yes.
That is nice.
I feel like it's a Monday.
Yeah, I don't care about this stuff. All right. Whoops. Let's go back. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Yeah, turn it over. Here's the big thing right here. And guys, this is easier than the one we did on Wednesday. Okay, it's easier. We don't have to find the equation. It's given to us. There's nothing we need to do. Okay, let's talk about what they stand for. This would be the number of term we're finding, right? The n. That's the number of term. You guys know a sub 1 is what? First term. Now, the r is the common what? Ratio. Not difference, common ratio. And you get the ratio by by dividing. All right? We should write this down. And then the n term would be, or n, is what term we're finding. It's really easier to use than the other one, guys. All right, is everybody good? Everybody got anything they need? All right. Let's write our equation. What do we got? A sub n equals what? A sub 1 times r to the, no, n. It's got to be n minus 1, guys. It's not to the n. It's the n minus 1. Okay, what term are we finding here? The 7th term?
Yep.
Okay, so a sub 1, my first term is what? 5 Hondo, right?
Yep.
What's the 0.2? Now, whoops. Guys, my common ratio is 0.2. I'm starting with at 500, Liv. Now, what does that mean? I'm starting at 500. My ratio is 0.2. What's going to happen to my numbers, Liv? What are you multiplying by? Point. So if I multiply by 0.2, wouldn't it go? Okay. Guys, here's why I'm telling you this. I want you to understand it. On a quiz, if this is my question and my 7th number is bigger than 500, you know you did what? You made a mistake, right? Because my numbers have to be getting smaller. Does that make sense? So my 7th number in the sequence has to be smaller than 500, or I messed something up. All right, let's plug in. What term we finding? Come on, guys, wake up. It's the same 4 people. What's my first term?
500.
Thank you. Times what? 0.2. Now, what term are we finding? No.
7.
So 7 minus 1 is obviously what?
6.
That's my exponent. That's my exponent. Plug it. Calculator. Matt, you need to borrow a calculator from a friend that doesn't have math 3rd period. I think you can do that.
All right.
Find somebody.
All right. Yeah, I can just probably buy it.
Matt, I don't need an illustration right now. Mechanic. What'd you get?
0.032.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be that low. It's what?
0.032.
Jill, did you get that? Man, I didn't think it'd be that small, that fast. Okay. Well, don't I feel silly? Okay, there you go. Figure it out. Plug and chug. Write the equation first so you memorize it. Bailey, what'd you plug in?
I plugged in A to the 6 and then 5
A sub 1 is 5 times what?
times 2
Okay.
6 minus 1
Which is
5.
5. Okay.
And then I got A sub 6 is 160.
I agree. 160 should have been your answer, guys. Is everybody okay with that? You sure? Good? Let's see. A sub 1. What's my first term, obviously? What's my common ratio? What do you think, Luca? How many agree? -3? So do I. Okay, what are we trying to find? Ninth term? So, A sub 9 equals, what's my first term? What's my ratio? Put it in parentheses. Don't write 2 minus 3. And then what term we find in 9? 9 minus 1 is? There she is. There she is. There she is. What'd you get, Vince? Do you have an answer, Vince?
Oh, yeah, just copy that.
What'd you get, Corbin?
1,000. Wait, hold on. I counted that.
13,000.
13,122.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Is it negative or positive?
Positive.
So, 13,000. What?
122.
Okay.
I got negative.
He didn't use parentheses.
Yeah, I think it should have been positive. All right, what's my first term? Obviously 1,000. What's my common ratio? Who says 2? Is it 2 or 0.5? Yeah, we're getting smaller. Has to be. Okay, you could put, I would just do that. If you want to put 1/2, it's the same thing. Okay, figure it out. 8th term. Numbers are getting smaller, so my answer better be a lot smaller than 125. Or I did boo boo. Like Honey Boo Boo. Isn't she a singer? Come on, McConnell, you know. You know Honey Boo Boo. Isn't she a singer?
No.
Honey Boo Boo? Or is she wasn't she a reality star or something? I've heard that name before. Where's Parker? Hello. He's talking. Hi, Kim. He's talking to Mr. Harold outside the room. You need it? Uh-huh. Scott, reading her second period?
Yeah, I think with this.
She was taking a quiz. With Mr. Westfall? Yeah, with Mr. Westfall. You're welcome. Bye. Okay, we're finding the 8th term. What's my first term? A grand. My ratio is what? 0.5. What am I raising it to? 7 minus? Well, that's right. I said the answer. It's 7. That's what should be in your calculator. Aaliyah, what'd you get?
AN equals 7.81.
What's that?
AN equals 7.81.
Okay, whoa.
Oh,
This
sorry.
are you saying the 8th term?
I just said the answer.
Yeah, A sub 8 is what?
7.8 equals, or 7.81. Sorry.
This is so confusing. Is it 7.81?
Yes.
Is everybody good with that?
Yes.
All right. Okay, guys. Let's see on 342. Did you say that as an English accent?
342.
That was good. Excuse
Would
me, Governor.
you like a cup of tea?
That's pretty good. It is good. Mary, you like, I don't know what side of the bed you got up on, but it wasn't the good side.
No. Isn't that the same?
Hey, guys. Do 1 through 12. Okay, don't overkill it.
Well, that's Australian.
You switch countries?
Yeah.
I don't know if you grade his now.
I'm working on my Irish.
You guys stay in your seats until the bell rings. Sabrina, 8th period in the guidance office. Right?
Actually, good.
I might look at some books first before I come in.
Anybody want my rose? H2O?
No.
I have
weights
too.
Oh, loads.
Oh, I love it. It's literally made with H2O. That's why I found
Me neither. I stumbled on it. It's actually really good
I
water.
heard my house.
I would recommend this water.
It's so wrinkly because I have my lower every Sunday before I go to sleep.
Just while what I'm wearing. It was oh, I got a one.
Love your series. I know why looked at wine first. Wait for me.
Like my mom goes to bed at 7:15 because she has to wake up at 3 a.m. So like,
I can pick you up. I pick you
I
up.
was gonna say, I just want to let my mom know what time we're going
I usually get home around 8.
Is he actually? He's like, man, did somebody say snow day 2?
No, that's
No, nobody's.
It's been to like 1/4 of the last 2 weeks.
I haven't been reporting the days of this. I really lost track.
It's too many.
It's like literally over 20, like, for sure now.
He's gonna get dust.
I know.
He's gonna be a little bit.
Whoa. My bad. No. I had a chair. I already have a chair.
Hey, you
I was just. No.
got caught, bro.
You think if I left the teams off the last year? Hey,
Or at least that too.
Why? Do you know who I am?
You got a friend with a wrestling?
Yeah.
Wow.
They love me. What do you mean? They tell me a lot of stuff.
Oh, can I have another student's personal information, please?
What?
It's not gonna work.
It's just the Daisy's list. That's all. I'm just concerned for his well-being. I'll just be like, hi. The son of the chief of
Crazy.
I'm concerned with my friend's well-being. He's Muslim autistic. I would like to know how many days. Yeah.
Doesn't matter how concerned you are, you still can't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm like, oh, this is Brown. I'm like, I want. Sit down.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry.
You can't stand there? No.
I'm
I
sorry.
can't.
I don't
Sit
know
all day.
why.
That's not what I mean.
Hey,
Hey, step on the top.